Going viral isn't everything, but I still wanted to know how to do it. So I studied 100 viral videos, and what I learned shocked me. There are three main ways to have a viral video. Viral videos usually stand out because the idea itself is larger, stranger, or more intriguing than the average video that you have. So think of it as creating an event instead of just a post. Have the title and thumbnail figured out first. This is huge. Have that figured out first and test the reason to click before filming. Have a built-in end mechanism. Design the reason to watch at the end. What that means is like if I say there are three things that I'm going to teach you, you want to watch to the end because you want to know what all three of those things are. So here's some examples. I'm not going to leave you hanging. One is an outlier experiment. So you could say, I tried living a day with only $1 in New York City. You've probably seen something like this. And I'm going to show you ones for coaches and for info experts as well. So why that's an outlier? Because extreme constraint plus a well-known environment like New York makes it inherently intriguing. And the end mechanism that is already embedded in it is viewers stay to see whether you survive the full day or not and how you did it. Another example is a big promise with a twist. Like I sent 100 letters to billionaires, only one replied. I remember Ryan Trahan is one of those videos that went viral. He invited 100 YouTubers to his birthday, and you had to watch the whole video to see which ones replied to him and which ones came and didn't. Why this is an outlier. The scale, like 100 letters, and the target, like billionaires, makes it larger than life. Your defined ending mechanism, people must watch to see who replied and what they said. Example 3, a personal irony story. Like, I cooked for strangers to fix my broken kitchen. Like, what? What does that mean? Why is an outlier? Built-in contradiction. You're cooking to fix a kitchen you can't cook in? So defined ending for this one would be that viewers stay to see if you earn enough money and how strangers reacted to it. Now, each one of those was designed with a baked-in concept that the viewer can't get the satisfaction without reaching the final scene. This is really important. So here's another one. If another three examples, if you're in the info space, education, coaching, like I am. So the first one is coach the person, your extreme challenge. Like I built a $5,000 a month business in 30 days from zero. The outlier is that coaches usually talk about growing, but actually doing it fast is unusual and high stakes. And to document it is really, really high stakes. The ending mechanism that was built in is viewers stay to see whether you can actually hit 5K by that deadline. The next one is you can debunk a myth. Like I tested the three biggest lies about online coaching. Here's what happened. You're calling out these myths that in a larger than life compared to safe how-to content, like how to coach. Well, no, actually, you're kind of doing like a hot take and you're testing something. It's all experimental. All these things lead to. Another idea is the ending mechanism is like the promise of revealing the truth keeps the viewers watching to the end. So another idea is a client transformation story. Now, I've done all three of these, by the way. I took a struggling business from 500 to 20,000 in 60 days. You'll see people like Simon Squibb do this. You'll see people like Mark Tilbury, like Cody Sanchez. Why it's an outlier? Real transformation, real stakes, and numbers are big enough to feel like an event. And then that ending mechanism is the audience wants to see if the client makes it and how they did so they can learn from it. So in each case, there was an event, a big challenge, a bold debunk, a dramatic transformation. Now, the second thing you want to do is you want to package it for maximum clicks. I talk about this all the time. If they don't click, they don't watch it. It is your job, if you believe your video is good, if you believe the information in your video is helpful, to help the viewer see it. So you're going to really focus on your titles and your thumbnails because they are the gatekeepers to a good video. And your high click-through rate, when you take your high click-through rate and add it to a decent watch time, that's the formula for explosive growth, right? So Mr. Beast is like the biggest, almost the biggest YouTuber in the world. And he likes to have between 10 and 30% CTR, click-through rate, because that can go crazy. Now, mine are between 5 and 9.5. If I get a 10 ever, it is a banger. It is going to go crazy viral for me, right? Now, high click-through rate for you, look at your stats, look at your YouTube studio and see what your click-through rates have been for your previous videos. If you've never posted before, start to look at that pretty quickly as you start to publish. When you first start a channel, your click-through rates are going to be much, much higher than normal because the click-through rate is truly how many shown, how many people click who were shown this YouTube title and thumbnail. And if YouTube is only showing it to like 3 people or 10 people at the very beginning for you, and 2 people click, that's going to say like 33.3% or 40%. It's going to sound bigger than it is. So you want to kind of combine that over time, but study it and go for these large numbers. Make it instantly legible. This is a part I see so many people not do, is that they have a great YouTube video and the world should know about it, but their thumbnail is either the font is so small you can't read it, or there's so many words on it that it's like, oh, my brain can't really, focus on that. You want to have it legible, readable. So it's simple, bold, and it can have less than 3 elements. And an element can be a word or more than one word. It can be your picture, which I highly recommend if you're a coach. And it can be some sort of thing you're holding or something that is like crushing you or something you're pushing away from. This object, right? It can be an object. Or it could be like a line going in the background that is like, oh, it's a hockey stick financial line going up, something good or something bad, right? But you don't want to have it where you have all your whole title basically just on your thumbnail, writing down the line because, or going down the page, because that's what your title is for. And then by the same token, you want your title to be 53 characters or less on average, like in general. That's not always the case, but I know that that helps. 53 characters or less or fewer. And you also want it to be something that complements the thumbnail, but doesn't necessarily just repeat the thumbnail and vice versa. Then you want to do a clickability test. Place it on a fake homepage. I do this all the time where I'll take the thumbnail and I'll just like take the little picture that I took of the screenshot or the file itself, and I'll put it on YouTube, just like the actual file. I'll slap it on YouTube and I'll just see, would that stop my scroll? Is that interesting enough? If you're watching this video, my thumbnail and my title stop the scroll for you. And you can do that. Now, there are paid options that will actually do that for you. So all you have to do is Google that to see what is a thumbnail tester, and they'll show you the different options. But you want to have, before you publish, you want to have more information about that video than most people will have for their own video. The third piece of it is you want to deliver a satisfying, rewatchable payoff. Now, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you can make sure to see where that bowling ball ends up later in my videos. It'll be just a few days from now, and you don't want to miss it, believe me. Now, also, before I tell you this third piece, I'm also going to show you a little bit something else later, so hold on for that. Okay, so match and exceed expectations. The first 10 to 20 seconds should confirm the video is what the title and thumbnail promised. Think about that. If you have a thumbnail and a title and it says you're going to help an entrepreneur make $5,000 in 30 days, make sure that when they click on the video, you're talking about that. You're alluding to get ready for what is about to happen. Don't talk about something else because it's not going to satisfy the clicker. It's not going to satisfy the viewer, and they're going to click away. And when you start to have people clicking away from your videos, even if you got them to click with an amazing title and an amazing thumbnail, YouTube will notice that that's a bad signal. They'll say, oh, it's getting a ton of clicks, but people are clicking off right away because they're not satisfied with it. From there, your pacing, your story turns, and the added value that you give will keep people watching. So match and exceed expectations in the first 10 to 20 seconds. One way I do this is I'll say 3 ways to dot, 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 right? 3 ways to make $10,000 in 100 days. I'll have that as the title, but when you get into the video, I actually say, I found 5 ways, because that is exceeding the expectation. And if you clicked on it with the expectation of 3, 5 is going to be even better for most people. Another thing is that strong structure. So that introduction, that hook, cannot tell you how important the first 3 seconds are and the first 10 to 20 seconds are. That hook. Do not waste time talking about your day or saying, hey, everybody, welcome back, or having like a theme song or showing some B-roll or some object that has nothing to do with it. Get right to it. Then you have that middle that is like, it's paced, it's helping. Like I'm going through 1 through 3. I'm helping you go. I'm not taking 2 hours to say something that I can say in 10 minutes. And then the payoff. This is the third piece. This is pulling it all together. But is there a twist? And then immediately end it. Don't spend a lot of time at the end with like 40 seconds of, okay, I'll see you guys later. What's going on? Because YouTube is also looking at, did people make it to the end? Isn't that interesting? Did they make it to the end? Now I have some things, 3 things that surprised me the most. They shocked me. I will show you lower here, just a moment. But did they make it to the end? So instead of, what you'll notice with some viral videos is they end abruptly. And that is because they want people to have to almost be forced to watch to the end and not have a chance to click away 20 seconds or 40 seconds prior. So that is something that if you're not already doing that, start to do. Then you want to think in series terms rather than in one-offs. So if you have a video that does well, make another video like that, or make a video that is the next natural step to it, right? This is a thing, this is the top 10 list. Like I did one that went viral for me. Again, it's viral for you, right? And it went viral for me. It had hundreds of thousands of views. And it was 10 ways you can make money fast, basically, and pay your rent. And those top 10 ways, people really loved it. And I said, do you want me to do more? And they said, yes. So I did 11 through 20, right? And I should do 21 through 30 and 31 through 40 because that actually works. Now, boiled down, the formula is this: your idea, get the click, and get the satisfaction. Pretty simple. Pick an idea with a baked in reason to stay to the end. Package it so people can't resist clicking, and then deliver on that promise in a way that makes them want more. Your viral idea to your maximum clicks to your satisfying payoff. Now, let me show you what shocked me the most. Okay, I watched, again, 100 viral videos and I studied them over time. So what shocked me is I found out that some YouTubers that are famous, that have millions of subscribers, actually pay for ads. Now, they're not doing this in a bad way. It says it's secret, but it's behind the scenes. But they do talk about it sometimes. That's how I found out about it. And sometimes I thought all of these videos that are getting millions of views, they're all just organic. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes they'll take a video that is not performing as well and they'll put a few dollars behind it. So that's interesting. And it's something that, there's a boost option on YouTube. I don't know if I would use the boost option. I don't know if it would have the right viewers coming to me. But if I think about how precise Google ads can be, or how precise Meta ads can be, I would think if I can get a very specific audience that's in a very specific location or has a demographic that would love this video, and I can be precise about it, not just a boost, then yes, I might put some money behind not only a non-performing video, but one that has performed well, to see if I can take it even to the next level. I wouldn't necessarily do this if it's a video from a long time ago, because it may not stand the test of time when it comes to that virality and that boost. But it's something to think about if you want to test that. Another thing that shocked me was that the micro details matter. So someone made a tiny change, like saying 69.3% rather than 70%, and that boosted their retention and the number of times people watched. Or they showed someone's hands or changed the way their hands were in the thumbnail, and they tested it against each other, and it actually made a difference. So sometimes it's this action, sometimes it's where the hand is placed, or is there an object, is there emotion? There's so many things you can test. And to that end, I know a YouTuber who tests 100 thumbnails for every video. 100 thumbnails. I'm testing 3 thumbnails sometimes. They're testing 100 thumbnails for one video, and they're getting millions of views. So there's always more effort and kind of obnoxious drive that can get you better results. There's always more you can do. And the third thing that shocked me was that clicks beat subscribers. So YouTube cares more about your click-through rate than your subscriber count, at least at the time of this taping. Sometimes that changes, but it doesn't matter. Like it used to be that your subscribers would get your videos because it kind of makes sense, right? But now the algorithm for most platforms has changed in the past like 6, 7 years, where you have subscribers, but it actually what they're doing is recommending it to some of your subscribers. And it's really important that your subscribers like the video and that they have a relationship with the video, because what YouTube does is that it pushes your video. When you publish a new video, it's going to push this out to, let's say, 1% of your subscriber base or 10% of your subscriber base, depending on how many you have. And it'll show it. So for me, it might show it to 500 of my subscribers or 1,000 just to start, right? And then it's going to say, what do the subscribers do with this video? Do they click on it? Do they watch it past the first 30 seconds? Do they watch a lot of it? And if they do, by and large, as a group, then YouTube will put it in front of more people who are like them. And the more they do, the more this is like an outlier of my average, the more it will push it in front of people. So in a lot of ways, your subscribers are incredibly important, but not in the way you may think. So if we have this information, we can do almost anything with YouTube, and we can make YouTube work for us instead of us working for